Hey everyone, this is Dan from DHTV, and today is a hands-on with iOS 8. Let's get started. Alright, so to kick things off, we'll go ahead and open up the camera application here. Now, traditionally, we have the regular panoramic, square, photo, video, slow-mo, but now we have a new time-lapse mode, which is going to allow us to create a time-lapse video. So I went ahead and created one here. We'll go ahead and hit play, and you'll see the clouds are moving in the distance pretty quickly in terms of how long it was actually out there. It was out there for about 3 minutes, and you can see the clouds are moving along quite nicely and sort of giving that time-lapse feel. Next up, let's take a quick look at some of the editing features. So if we tap on Edit in the Photos app, you'll notice that the design is a little bit changed. Have some features up top, but we also have a new feature right here. So if we tap on that, you can see we can edit the light as well as the color. So we'll tap on light, and you can see we can darken the image, brighten the image, and we can actually get into more detail here. For example, if we just want to play with the shadows, we can actually go across here, select shadows, and then just sort of move that around. Again, we can go back into it, play with the exposure, bring back some light. We can go back into it again here, and we can go to the color section, which will show you the color. You can bring it down, you can bring it up, sort of emphasizing more colors. And then again, tapping over there will bring up some more features within the color. So if you wanted to change the vibrancy, make some of the colors pop a little bit, you can do so as well. Same deal, click done, and it'll go ahead and save the photo. The keyboard has also gone through a little bit of a change. You can see we have these 3 bars above it, and this is a predictive message here. So if I type, "Hi, how are you?" it's going to predict what I'm going to say next. So I can just tap on "Are you?" and it'll add that in. This is sort of similar to Android devices. You can see right here on my HTC One, I said, "Hey, how are?" and it's sort of predicting something. So I could put things and with, and then I could start off my sentence like that. Same deal, it's very similar to what Android already had, but it's nice that iOS now has it as well. Now, one thing to keep in mind with this predictive messaging here is it's sort of going to predict how you talk in certain applications with certain people. So if you're talking to your best friend, it might give you a more relaxed response because that's how you talk with them. If you're sending an email out, it may give you a more professional response because maybe you talk a little bit more professional in your emails. So that'll be something to look at down the road. Hopefully it does work as it's supposed to. And if it does, then that'll be a really cool feature. Next up in the messaging app, you'll notice we have a little microphone here on the right side. If we tap and hold on that, it'll bring up a voice message. So you can see that it's actually recording my voice. And if I'm happy with it, I can go ahead and swipe upwards to send it. If I'm not, I can click the X to sort of take it away. So I'm just going to actually send out a test message. This is a test message with the iOS voice feature in Messages. So there you go. Went ahead and sent it. You can actually listen to it.
This is a test message with the iOS voice feature in Messages.
You can also do this with video as well. So if you tap right here, it'll bring up the video section. You can tap upwards and it'll take a picture. Again, if you hold on that, you can actually swipe to the right and it'll bring up the video, and you can take a video and send that to your contact as well. So those are some new features within the messaging app. Also within this app here, if you tap on details here, you can actually silence these people by hitting the do not disturb. So swiping to the right on the do not disturb feature here. And that way you don't have to deal with them if they're sending too many messages or you're in a meeting or something like that. It just gives you that option. Another cool feature involving messages is pretty much the ability to access these messages if you're in another application pretty much at any time. So in the past, we would have to switch out of the application we're using, open up the messaging app, and then we'd be able to respond to the message. Well, now we can actually respond to it within the application. For example, if you're on Twitter, all you'd have to do is swipe downwards when the message appears, and you can respond to it right from within that specific application. This is going to save you time, and I think it's a pretty good addition to iOS 8. We can also respond to messages straight from our lock screen here. Just by swiping to the left, you can mark it as read or tap to reply, and it'll bring up the keyboard. So you can go ahead and type your message, send it without having to unlock your phone. Another tweak to iOS 8 added a feature called Recent Contacts into the multitask feature here. So you can see above our regular multitasking abilities here, you have some recent contacts. Now, if you tap on them, you'll be able to send them a call, a message, FaceTime them, various other things like that. It adds something small, but at least it takes up some of that wasted space above the multitask feature. So those are some of the new features within iOS 8. I'll be covering more as I get more familiar with it, so I can show you guys exactly how iOS 8 is going to work, or how it works right now in the beta. If you want me to cover anything specific, for example, health here, if you want me to go through what all these different features are and what it can actually do for you, let me know in the comment box down below what you'd like to see, and I'll definitely include that in my next set of videos. Thanks for watching, hit the like button, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.